Hello, it's Sadie Williams again. And continuing with my coaching transformation, the alchemy of coaching transformation, I want to end with those two testimonials from the clients talked about the impact of coaching that coaching had on them. And again, it was based in the characteristics of courage, bravery, gratitude, grit, and resilience. And it's a coaching story of coming home too, for me. Because what I recognized in all these clients, and I didn't realize it until I had a chance to reflect on it when I traveled to Costa Rica. And I recommend that to everyone to take some distance, sometimes from what you've been doing to reflect upon where you may want to go next. Because you can kind of tell when it's time to move on. I like to think of it as a transition, and it occurs about every 7 to 10 years. The spirit calls for change. And so, after working with Brilliant Baby for 5 years and doing coaching for going on 15 years, I was ready for a new way of doing things. And I needed to step away from what I've been doing in order to see where I needed to go. And sometimes we need a blank slate, a new screen, so to speak. And I went on to Costa Rica and stayed there for 3 months and had a chance to reflect on what I had been doing and what might I want to do next. And having graduated from the mindfulness teacher training program and having incorporated some breathing techniques for my clients that often were stressed and traumatized from the experiences they had coming to this country from another country, and yet being able to hold those experiences with such gratitude and humility that it really showed me what it takes to move forward in life and to do it with a measure of gratitude and humbleness, because change is not easy. We get stuck in routines and in our lives, and we think that's the way it is, and it's always going to be that way. But it's not. There's always the potential to change, and the Spirit calls for it. We need to change. And so, this is that story of alchemy. It continues to unfold, and as I continue to move forward, I'm in a new life journey. And this one it's calling me to do more work in the area of coaching humble people, people from low to moderate wealth, and not just in the United States, but elsewhere. And I want to say that the field is wide open. There are so many people all over the world, particularly in countries like Mexico and Costa Rica and Panama, Honduras, all over the world, that speak Spanish and other languages that are that CTI and the ICF, the International Coaching Federation, has already reached. There are so many of you coaching another language, but I know that there is a great need for Spanish-speaking coaches in the United States and elsewhere. And that's what I want to do. I want to coach and I want to train and I want to use coaching infused with mindfulness and with finances, because we need to worry. Not worry, I don't want to say worry is the wrong word, but to pay attention to how we manage money, because it has a lot to do with what we're going to do next and how we're going to do it. But what it really takes are the same characteristics that these clients had: courage, bravery, can't be afraid to take risks. And having a measure of grit and resilience, knowing that things pass, that you must sometimes suffer and manage those difficult times. In my work as a life transitions coach, I often talk about the river of life and how sometimes we're in the valleys and sometimes we're up on the swells. So knowing that when we're in the valley or when we're in the deep eddy of life, going in circles because we're not quite sure what we want to do next, that this is when we need to reflect, take time to think about what it is you want to do next. And that's what I'm doing. Now, when I was in Costa Rica,